Hey guys, Josh with JRSP, making this video real quick. So, the handlers are available in red. If you're interested in those, go to the JRSP Instagram, send me a message, and after we get your information and you paid and stuff like that, we will send one to you. So, JRSP incorporates a lot, a lot of stuff, ultimately, an amalgamation of things that I've learned over the years. But the main thing that I am basically standing on when it is JRSP is the Ceredo method, something I have worked on since 2015. The American Danby concepts, that is based upon African Danby boxing. It's just my variant version of it, basically, like that. I've taken it and said, hey, look, I like the concept of what they're doing here, but since I've done 5 months or 7 months of Future Dragons Sanda kickboxing, Chinese Sanda kickboxing, and I've done a little bit of boxing, Western boxing, and then I did 5 months of judo, and in between all that, I did the Cobra Self-Defense Academy. It's a 10-week course. Cost me almost $400. So, with the knowledge that I have, basically, of being a self-protection guy, I looked at African Danby and was like, I definitely like what they're doing here because I have ADHD, and to me, looking at it, like, it makes sense, okay? I can understand where looking at Danby, if you're watching like Danby International or Danby Warriors, you're looking at these guys, it looks often like two guys who don't know what they're doing, who don't want to get hit, okay? Who are just fighting for their survival, to put food on the table, basically, is what it looks like. But to me, it made sense, because it is the art of the shield and the spear. And for someone like me, I have ADHD. And, like, if you're doing, like, regular boxing or something, both hands are doing multiple things, or they're allowed to do multiple things. Like right here, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. Both hands are allowed to do a bunch of different things. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut, okay? Like that right there. Those are things that you got to think about. You got to be thinking about being coordinated with both sides. The thing about me is I'm not a very coordinated person. I've never been a very coordinated person. I was never really good at sports or anything, and I'm open to saying that. And one of the main things that I want to tell you guys is, I'm not a martial arts expert. I'm not a black belt in any martial arts. I don't claim to be. I've never claimed to be on this channel. I'm not claiming to be some type of martial arts master. I'm not a martial artist at all. Even though I trained slightly in martial art at one point in time, I don't train in martial arts anymore. I'm not trying to be a martial artist. And the only thing I'm trying to be is someone who is teaching you guys self-protection, giving you some concepts, like, if one of the things I say is everything is a concept until you prove it to be fact in the real world. All I'm trying to do is, like, give you guys some concepts, some ideas, some things that can shape your mind, a different way of thinking, so that maybe you start doing things, maybe you start walking different, okay? Because the world is a big place and all the dangers are very real, and I say that all the time, okay? Maybe you should start walking different, because you're not exempt from a horrible attack that takes your life or the life of someone that you love. You're not exempt from that, okay? It's like, if it hasn't happened to you, you're just lucky. You're just fortunate that it never happened, but you're not exempt, okay? It could happen to you tomorrow. It could happen to you today. But for the most part, most of y'all will go through your whole lives and, nothing will ever happen. But for some of you, today may be your day. And depending on how you handle it, it may be the last day for you. It may be the last day that you're here on this earth because your life was taken, or it may be the last day that you're freaking topside because you used force that was too lethal, and now you're in jail for the rest of your life. Look at this dude, Chud the Builder. I never even heard of him until just recently. And apparently, I don't even know the whole story, but apparently he was outside a courthouse or something from what I read, and he got into something with some dude, and he ended up shooting the dude or whatever and stuff like that. Who knows what's going to happen? That dude's going to have his day in court. Like, I think he's in jail right now. So, there's things... If Chud the Builder would have trained in something like Seardo or JRSP, he probably wouldn't be in a situation that he's in. Because we always preach... walk away. And apparently this dude was out there trying to start stuff. But the point is, the dude that he shot could be dead. I don't know if the dude's dead or not. I don't know if he killed the dude or what or whatever. But Chud the Builder may be going away for the rest of his life or a good portion of it. So, it's always better just to walk away. And that's what we try and teach here at JRSP. But we also... talk about less lethal options, okay? We talk about lethal options. And the next thing, the Medusa Edge weapon system, a system that I'm certified in, is what I basically replaced the Sharp Force element of Seardo with. Okay, Seardo had its own Sharp Force element, and I thought it was great. I still think it is great to this day, but I think that the Medusa Edge weapon system is better. More to the point. It is a point-driven system. There's no slashes in it. It's all about stabs. And I think it's great. And we decided to completely chop off the Sharp Force element of Seardo and add the Medusa Edge weapon system on there as the new Sharp Force element in basically JRSP. So... but at the end of the day, that's what we're about, okay? It doesn't get no more real. The people try and say, that's just bullcrap and, whatever. It gets no more real than pulling out cold steel and putting it in someone's carotid artery, okay? Putting it in their lungs, putting it in their heart, okay? Putting it in vitals that they can't recover from. It gets no more real. There's nothing more real other than pulling out a gun and blasting them point blank range, like in vitals where they're not going to recover. Or it gets no more real than that, than dropping a nuke, I guess you could say. Other than that, there's nothing more real than taking cold steel and putting it. Hold on. There's nothing no more real than taking cold steel and putting it in somebody. There's nothing no more real than that. Okay? And then there's nothing any more real than taking a less lethal force enhancer right here that's impact fist load, other than having something like a baseball bat or something. But there's nothing more real than having something fist load like this or force enhancer, striking somebody in the neck with it, striking somebody in the ear, striking them in the eye, striking them in the nose, striking them in the throat, striking them in the floating ribs. There's nothing more real than that, okay? And it doesn't take a lot of know-how to do that, okay? Whereas if you're empty-handed, you have to know a bunch of ways to do things that you don't break your own hand, or you know what I'm saying? But if you have something, you could go up against a guy who knows jiu-jitsu, but not if you probably don't train in anything. I wouldn't go up against a guy who knows jiu-jitsu. I feel like you go up against a guy who knows jiu-jitsu with some type of palm stick and probably come out relatively unscathed. I've done it before with a Cold Steel Koga SD2, but that had points on it. and that hurt a lot worse than the RSP handler. But this is something that's not meant to make you a fighter. Okay, that's something that's a I can't even think of the word. But people will carry some type of palm sticks, stupid Cubitons, or something to think that they're some type of Billy Badass. That's not what this is about. This isn't about being a Billy Badass. This is about having something to get out of the situation. This is a situation in extractor, basically. Hey, you're a dude who, like, I turned 36 just the other day. This dude is a 22-year-old, hot-blooded, like 300-pound, all muscle, like, thinks he's a Billy Badass. Probably is a Billy Badass. Okay, and he's got beef, and I don't want no trouble, but he's wanting trouble with me. Maybe I banged this chick, which wouldn't happen because I'm married, but maybe he thinks I banged this chick. Maybe I did. It's like, maybe I'm saying I didn't, but I did. Like, but I'm denying it right now. And he knows, like, because the chick was filming or something, and he's seen it, and I'm like, I'm not that guy, but he's like, well, it's like the freaking Ring doorbell cameras caught your plates, and these are clearly your plates. You're that guy. You're wearing the same clothes, bro. It happened just freaking 10 minutes ago. I was there in the house. I saw you run out, bro. It's like, you're in my yard. Like, so, he's convinced that it was you, ultimately. And you're not getting out of this situation, and you don't want no trouble, okay? But he's not letting you go unscathed. So maybe when you were 22, but you're 36 now, but maybe when you were 22 and you were in your heyday, maybe you could have took him empty-handed. But now you've had a lot of wrecks and stuff, and, you just got done with his old lady. And you're wore out, okay? 36. So he's about to run through you. Rightfully so, probably. Like, because if you're that type of person, maybe you shouldn't mess around with other people's wives. But that's neither here nor there. You don't want the trouble? You have something like the handler right here, and you say, hey, look, man, I don't want no trouble. What? You see how quick that was right there? I freaking hit him with a freaking hammer fist right to the side of the throat, and then jammed the butt end of the handler into his throat. And you know what? I didn't even wait around to see if that did anything. I'm on my way out, like tripping over stuff as I go. So that is what the JRSP handler is ultimately about. And like I say, we have red ones available, small batches for the public. We don't even know when we'll make more for the public. They'll always be available for people who do JRSP, but like I say, not for free, because stuff that comes free is not appreciated. But 27 bucks over at the JRSP Instagram. Go over there if you're interested. Give us your information. We'll give you the payment information, because we're damn sure not going to send you one until you pay us. And if you're interested, you could get one. But like I say, stock is limited on these, and it is what it is. But ultimately, like I say, I'm not trying to teach you guys bullshit. The last thing I want to be labeled as is a bullshito master. Okay, I'm operating in 100% reality. I feel that, humans are automatically at a disadvantage unless we have some type of, weapon or tool to help us, enhance the force that we can create naturally. But we do also teach some things, some age-old things that have not only proven themselves to me, but have just proven themselves for hundreds of years. Simple things. Okay, loaded fist strikes, open hand palm heel strikes, okay? Things that are simple. Elbows, man. We teach elbows. Okay, power slapping. Things that freaking are just common sense and just have proven themselves to work for hundreds of years, okay? It's like a caveman could do it. Oh, we just got sued by by one of those places. A baby can do it, okay? Things that just work. But aiming for vital points on the body, okay? But it's super hot. Just found out that, I don't know if I said this already in the video, but me and my wife, we went to see a specialist and just found out that our third kid's going to be a boy. So, yeah, that's what we're about, and super happy about that. I'd have been happy if it was a girl. I have a daughter already with my wife. We have a daughter, and, you know, she is just, she's a daddy's girl. I love my son and my daughter. We love them both. But my daughter, she's such a daddy's girl. She's adorable. So I wouldn't have been against it being another girl or whatever. But I'm also happy that it's a boy. I'm just happy that as of right now, the baby appears to be healthy. So just giving y'all the update on that. That's wonderful. But hey guys, always remember the world's a big place. All dangers are very real. Okay? And it's always better to be paranoid and alive than complacent and dead. I don't consider myself to be paranoid, though. I consider myself to be paranoid. That's why I always have handlers on me. Oh, and real quick before we go, it's like I'm not going to be talking about a bunch of piece of equipment like for other people. I've been like doing shorts about these freaking primates, okay? Absolutely love them. I plan to get all of them. I'm going to collect them all or whatever it is. But I'm telling you guys right now, you know, Hanutsu Kishin sent me the black one with the concept fin rear knife, which, sorry Hanutsu Kishin, I have misplaced that. But that was a great knife. And he wanted me to do a comparison for this versus the Bone Tactical Bone Breaker from Greg Tampon over at Bone Tactical. Okay, and now, like I said in the video where I talked about this, Greg Tampon doesn't live rent-free in my head. So, I could care less. I don't want to get into that, but I will say that I have been using this thing at the park every single day. I mean, I use this for so many different things. This, in my opinion, is 100 times better than the Bone Tactical Bone Breaker from Greg Tampon. Okay, because this just does things that can't do. Like, for me, just the fact that it has that mini pry bar. I mean, you could take this. It's a great package opener. You can take this and scrape stuff. You can, I was cooking on my PK grill the other day and the handle was coming loose, and I was able to take this right here and tighten the flathead screw on the PK handle. Like, so I just find myself using this for so many different things, 100 times better than the Bone Breaker, in my personal opinion, because a Bone Breaker isn't designed like this. It's not meant to be like a mini pry bar or anything. So I think I'm gonna go try, after this right now, I'm gonna go try and take out the cabin air filter on my mom's Nissan Altima. So I don't talk a lot about other people's devices anymore, unless they're knives or whatever and stuff, but this Primate has definitely proven itself to me. This is the fourth one that I've bought right here. I have the purple one, as y'all see. I have the one that Hanutsu Kishin sent, the black one. Then I bought a bronze one for my fellow park ranger at the park, and gave that to him. And I plan to get them all. I plan to get more. So, yeah, definitely recommend this in anything from Concept. I'm not affiliated with them. I do think they have an affiliate program, but I'm not part of it, but I would love to be. And I got some designs that I want to send to them for some knives. But absolutely great device. So, like I say, you're definitely not paranoid without having freaking a Concepts Primate right here. You're not prepared at all. And like I say, I took that into the hospital today. As a matter of fact, I put it on my keychain. Like, I just snapped it on my keychain, took it right through, took the handlers through, both of them. Like, which I don't know where the other one is actually. Oh, here it is. Purple one, which we have some purple's going quicker because it's more limited. We weren't able to get enough material to make as many purple, so the purple are going for $30. So You got the red going for 27 and the purple going for 30. So if you're interested in super small batch of the purple, small batch of the red as well. Took these both into the hospital. Made for, as Greg Tampon always likes to say, non-permissive environments. This went right into the hospital, no problem. And yeah, you're definitely not prepared if you don't got a or a primate from Concept. So definitely get you one of those. If you're interested in the handlers, go ahead and get you one of those. Always remember that, you know, the majority of you will go through your lives without ever anything happening or whatever. But if you're backed into a corner, you got to do what you got to do. You guys know how it goes. Like, always remember that whenever you can, it's always better just to walk away. You guys, take it easy.